The neighborhood nightmare. In the quiet suburb of Willow Creek, where manicured lawns and picket fences defined the American dream, a sinister plot was brewing. At midnight, Evelyn Harper, a domineering figure in the local homeowners association, crept through the shadows toward the home of 6-year-old Lily Thompson. Evelyn's mission was deadly. She carried a canister of toxic chemicals, intent on poisoning the air of a disabled child whose medical equipment she deemed an eyesore. What she didn't know was that Lily's father, Michael Reynolds, was the town's fire chief, a man trained to sniff out danger literally. This is the story of a neighborhood torn apart by prejudice, a child's fight for survival, and a community's redemption. Lily Thompson was born with a rare lung condition, her every breath a battle aided by an oxygen concentrator that hummed softly in her pastel-colored bedroom. Stuffed animals lined her shelves, and drawings of rainbows adorned the walls, a testament to her unbreakable spirit. But to Evelyn, the machine keeping Lily alive was a blight on Willow Creek's pristine image. For months, Evelyn had waged a campaign against the Thompsons, filing complaints about medical delivery vans, the wheelchair ramp at their front door, and even the nurses who visited daily. "This isn't a hospital," she'd snapped at a neighborhood meeting, her voice dripping with disdain. "That equipment ruins our property values." Michael Reynolds, a seasoned fire chief with 20 years of saving lives, had faced wildfires and chemical spills, but nothing prepared him for the venom directed at his daughter. One evening, as Evelyn's shouts echoed through the cul-de-sac, "Get that machine out of my neighborhood!" Michael stepped outside, his voice calm but firm. "Mrs. Harper, Lily's sleeping. That equipment keeps her alive." Evelyn's eyes narrowed. "If she's that sick, she belongs in a facility, not here with normal kids." The words cut deep, and Michael felt a surge of rage, but he held back, unaware that Evelyn was already plotting something far worse. Under the cover of darkness, Evelyn's hatred turned lethal. She had spent weeks researching toxic chemicals, learning how they could devastate someone with Lily's condition. Stealing industrial cleaners from her husband's maintenance company, she chose a mix that would wreak havoc on fragile lungs. At 2 a.m., she pried open a basement window of the Thompson home, pouring the chemicals into the heating vent. The toxic fumes snaked through the ducts, seeping into Lily's room, where they mingled with her oxygen supply, creating a deadly cocktail. "This'll teach them," Evelyn muttered, slipping back into the night. At 2:47 a.m., Lily's oxygen monitor screamed, jolting her awake. Gasping, she clutched her throat as the poisonous air burned her lungs. "Daddy," she croaked, her small body trembling. She reached for her emergency button but collapsed, crawling toward the door, her lips turning blue. Michael, roused by the alarms, raced to her room. The acrid stench hit him instantly, a fire chief's worst nightmare. "Chemical attack," he shouted, scooping up Lily and rushing outside. Cradling her limp form, he radioed for help. "This is Fire Chief Reynolds. We have a chemical weapons assault on a disabled child. Send hazmat, paramedics, police now." Within minutes, Willow Creek was a sea of flashing lights. Fire trucks, ambulances, and hazmat teams swarmed the Thompson home. Captain Daniel Foster, Michael's deputy, suited up in protective gear. "Chief, someone poured industrial chemicals into your heating system." This was deliberate. Paramedics fought to stabilize Lily, her breathing shallow, her oxygen levels plummeting. At the hospital, Dr. Susan Carter delivered grim news. The chemicals caused severe burns to her respiratory system. The next 48 hours are critical. Michael sat by Lily's bedside, watching machines keep her alive, his heart breaking as she whispered, "Daddy, why does it hurt to breathe?" The investigation moved swiftly. Detectives found Evelyn's fingerprints on the basement window and chemical containers in her trash. Neighbors' security cameras caught her skulking near the Thompson house at 2:15 a.m. In her home, police uncovered a chilling paper trail, notes on toxic gases, Lily's medical schedule, and even photos of her bedroom window. Evelyn's husband, Robert, was stunned. "She hated their equipment, but I never thought she'd try to kill a child," he said, handing over records of missing chemicals from his business. Evelyn's arrest shocked Willow Creek. "You're under arrest for attempted murder and chemical assault," Detective Laura Bennett told her. Defiant, Evelyn spat. "I was protecting our neighborhood. That sick kid doesn't belong here." Her lack of remorse stunned even seasoned officers. News outlets pounced on the story. HOA leader poisons disabled girl in hate crime. Social media erupted, with hashtags like Justice for Lily trending nationwide. The case sparked heated debates about disability rights, neighborhood politics, and the lengths people go to enforce conformity. At trial, the evidence was overwhelming. Michael took the stand, his voice steady but raw. Evelyn Harper didn't just attack my daughter. She planned a chemical assault on a 6-year-old who was sleeping in her bed. Lily woke up choking because this woman couldn't tolerate a machine that helps her breathe. The courtroom fell silent as he continued. Lily's lungs are scarred for life. Every breath she takes is harder because of this hatred. Judge Emily Warren, a mother herself, delivered a scathing sentence. Mrs. Harper, your calculated cruelty is unmatched. You researched poisons, waited for darkness, and tried to murder a child. You will spend life in prison without parole. Evelyn's conviction was a turning point. Willow Creek's residents, shamed by their silence during Evelyn's earlier crusades, elected a new HOA board of healthcare workers and parents of disabled children. They launched a medical welcome policy, ensuring support for families like the Thompsons. Neighbors raised funds for Lily's care and built a community garden honoring children with chronic illnesses, with a plaque celebrating Lily's courage. Lily, though permanently scarred, became a beacon of hope. At a national conference for chronic illness, she spoke from her wheelchair, oxygen tubes in place. Some people are mean because they don't understand. But our machines aren't ugly, they help us live. Don't let anyone make you feel ashamed of who you are. The audience rose in a tearful ovation, her words echoing across advocacy groups. Her foundation, Lily's Breath, provided emergency medical equipment to families in need, ensuring no child would face what she had. 5 years later, Willow Creek held an inclusion festival, with 11-year-old Lily as the guest of honor. Someone tried to hurt me because I need help to breathe, she told the crowd, her voice strong despite her damaged lungs. But we've learned to love our differences. I forgave Mrs. Harper, not because she was right, but because anger would hurt me more. She's in prison, but I'm here, surrounded by love. The applause was deafening, a testament to her triumph. Evelyn, meanwhile, languished in solitary confinement, her name synonymous with cruelty. Her family had disowned her, and her appeals were denied. The woman who once ruled Willow Creek was now a pariah, her legacy a warning of prejudice's cost. Lily, by contrast, had transformed a tragedy into a movement. Congress passed Lily's Law, making chemical attacks on disabled people a federal crime, and signed it into law with Lily and Michael by the president's side. In the end, love outshone hate, and a brave girl taught a nation that true strength lies in lifting others. Lily Thompson, targeted for her disability, became a symbol of resilience, proving that even the smallest voice can change the world. What do you think about this story? Have you ever witnessed injustice or violence driven by prejudice? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on how communities can confront hatred and build a more inclusive future.